The origin of this terrifying Roblox image. There's a lot of horror Roblox games, and some of them can include creepy and disturbing images. Some can have funny backstories, but others can hold a dark tragedy. I'm going to take a look at some of the creepiest images found on Roblox and try to find their origin. So the first image I want to talk about is this one right here, Eyeless Jack. So it's got like this dark entity just kind of like looking down on you, kind of like if you just woke up and this was the first thing you saw. So it's pretty creepy. And for those of you who don't know, Eyeless Jack is a creepypasta. So here, take a look at this video.
We need to talk about Eyeless Jack.
Okay.
Eyeless Jack is an entity that almost looks human, except it has empty black holes where its eyes should be, and sometimes with black liquid dripping down his hollowed out eye sockets. One person named Mitch actually encountered Eyeless Jack, and it began when he went to the hospital and the doctors found something very unusual. Somehow Mitch's kidney was missing. It was surgically removed overnight with a small incision that was perfectly sewn up.
That's a scary image
next
right
night,
there.
Mitch woke up around midnight to a loud thud in his bedroom, and that face with Eyeless Jack. This entity was staring directly down at Mitch from his bed. Mitch grabbed a camera and took this photo, which made the creature lunge towards him,
grab a photo of
his chest, trying to get to his lungs.
You'd think he'd like run away.
Despite not having eyes, Eyeless Jack can still see you. He can remove your organs while you're sleeping, and sew up the incision perfectly so you don't even notice. So be careful next time you fall asleep.
So yeah, obviously that story is fake, it's a creepypasta, but I wanted to find out where this image came from. So Trevor Henderson posted this image of Eyeless Jack right here. So he's got like a whole mask and you can't see his eyes at all. That's when this person right here commented that they were the owner and artist for the image, and that the original image is actually a high school Photoshop that he did. And he even includes the original image right here. He says, "My friend took it and uploaded it anonymously, and someone took that and used it for Eyeless Jack. I did not find out about it until like a couple of years ago. This is the unblurred background version to prove it. Never been posted before." So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, he's the creator of this image, but he's not the creator of the story. But now we move on to one of the more popular monster images with a pretty disturbing backstory. Now I'm talking about Slenderman. So this is a pretty popular image of Slenderman right here. He's holding hands with a girl, and it's in a lot of different Roblox games as well. There's this one right here too. And I wanted to find out what this image was about. And what I found out was pretty disturbing actually. So here's the image in better quality. You see the Slenderman creature, incredibly tall, along with the child right there, looking pretty creepy, honestly. And there's a lot of backstory to this. So for those of you who don't know, Slenderman was actually created back in 2009 during a contest challenge where the theme was to edit an everyday photograph to appear paranormal. And this was the first image that had Slenderman in there. So you see a lot of different people walking towards the camera, but then you find something disturbing in the background of the image. More of these types of images were created as well as the image became more and more popular. There's this one right here where again it's a group of kids looking happy, but in the background you could see that disturbing creature right there. And then yeah, Slenderman just got incredibly popular. There was games made of it, people dressed in Halloween costumes, and more famously, Endermen were based off the creature. But now we get to the dark, terrifying story of this image right here. You see, this image is obviously fake. It's actually an advertisement for HBO's Slenderman documentary show. And in the documentary, it was two girls who did an incredibly heinous crime intending to please Slenderman, which they had discovered on a horror story website. One of the girls reportedly told a detective they were trying to become proxies of Slenderman. So yeah, I guess they just thought that Slenderman was real, and so they caused this horrifying incident. But HBO made an actual documentary based off this entire thing, and this is one of the promotional images. So yeah, while you see this image on Roblox, it's actually got a pretty dark story to it. Alright, but next up is this creepy woman right here. It's pretty disturbing actually, and I wanted to find out what it actually was. So I tried typing in like scary smiling girl, and I just got a lot of other creepy results, but it didn't take me too long to figure out that this image right here is actually based off a movie known as Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's also a book. Yeah, it's the Pale Lady scene. So we'll just show a little clip here, but yeah, that's where she's from. Oh geez, what's going on here? Oh, so yeah, that solves that image. But another image that I want to talk about is from the game Bear. So it's this game right here, and you've probably seen it a lot. It's actually one of the games that inspired Piggy, and the gameplay is pretty simple. You have to escape from the bear, or you could play as the bear. But what I wanted to find out is, where did this bear image come from? Because I mean, it looks real. It's made out of fabric, so who made it and why? Is this just like some kid's poor abandoned bear that got destroyed and is now this monstrosity? Well, looking at the wiki page here, you can actually see a pretty clear image of how the bear looks like without all the dark photoshopping and all that. And then if we scroll down, we can actually see the origin of it. So right here it says, according to Rob Wins, one of the devs for the game, the bear plush is called a Psy Bear from Africa. Although Cheetah Man has said otherwise, the manufacturer of the product was a company called Slippers for Sallies. They used to create slippers with the materials, and they started making fluffy Sam bears. All right, let's look at this. So Psy Bear. Is this the origin? Is this bear? It does actually look exactly like it. I am interested why it looks like that. Like Like, this bear's got like a whole Adam's apple and everything. A lot of people are saying that the company no longer exists, so we can't really get the full story as to why it was made, but there are some people who are actually making these bears, so you know, that's nice. Another theory is that Cheetah Man said that he believes that it came from Canada and the plush is actually older than him. So yeah, that scary bear that's chasing you all around in Roblox, that's this cute little thing right here. It's kind of wholesome, actually. One of my favorite images are these SCP type creatures. They look so real, but they're also pretty creepy. Like, I've talked about this one before, the SCP-173, how that's actually a real statue that someone made before it was classified as an SCP. But then there's this one right here, SCP-3199. This one also looks pretty real, and I wanted to find out the story behind it. What I found on YouTube was this supposed security camera of this creature, where it's like, that's pretty creepy. Yeah, it just does like a head turn. So I first thought it was a video, but then I looked on the SCP website itself. So for those of you who don't know, the story of 3199 is about this monster creature who kind of resembles similar structures of a chicken. And then they attack people, but they also lay large eggs that multiply like flies. It's actually pretty crazy and also kind of gross. And so I wanted to find out how this image was made. And the way I found out is I scroll down, go to licensing and citations, and right here you can actually see the source link along with permissions used. So over here you can actually see the original image, and this is the original artist right here. And so yeah, this is before it had the whole security camera effect on it. The description for his cluck cluck. And then yeah, he made a black and white version specifically for the SCP story. And he's actually not the creator of the SCP story. It's actually this guy right here. He asked the artist for permission to use the image for his own SCP, and the artist said, definitely go for it. I'd love to have a creature on the wiki. Thanks for asking. So yeah, actually pretty interesting. It seems like this artist does a lot of really cool and interesting type of creatures. And now I want to talk about one of the more popular scary monster images. I'm talking about Siren Head. So type it in Siren Head, you get a lot of like these fake looking creatures, but then sometimes you get the more realistic type ones as well. So I wanted to find out the origin of this image. So for those of you who don't know, Siren Head is a 12-meter tall humanoid creature, but its head is a pair of sirens, and the sirens are actually capable of playing a loud noise to alert that it's nearby. This is one of the sounds that Siren Head plays at times, at least that's what the story suggests. But it could also play different noises such as radio broadcasts, white noise, and even human voices as well. So yeah, it's a pretty creepy monster. And the creator of this story is actually also the artist, and that's Trevor Henderson. But I believe this is one of his first images of Siren Head, and it has like a little detailed story here where she was on vacation with her husband and was scoping out graveyards on the way. As you do when you saw it, rising out of the old cemetery was a big old telephone pole. Was this some kind of bizarre art piece the authorities hadn't gotten wise to yet? Even as she stepped out of the car, the megaphones on its head screeched to life. A buzzing doubled voice screamed random words at her. At this point, it jerked into motion, striding down the hills towards her. He's also the creator for a lot of different images you find on Roblox as well. He's the creator of Bridgeworm, which also looks kind of realistic. He's also the creator of this creepy one right here, Forgotten Baby. So yeah, he's created a lot of different images, and you can find a lot of them throughout Roblox. There's a lot of creepy images on Roblox out there. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.